Welcome back, generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Good, so what do we do this session? My suspicion that there will be more reviews. Looks like there's not too much activity here. That's good. Good as in nothing new to look at. Okay, so I think there are 1, 2, 3. Okay, what do we look at next? I think freeing reference content. Okay, so we have these 3 bugs here, or fixes. Okay, so he's not finalizing this so far. That's unfortunate. This one is still a draft. Okay, so basically I wanted to test this guy here. Was it this one? No, it was not this one. Which one was it? It was this one here. The question is, how easy will it be to debug this? How about we do the following? So basically I wanted to look at this, what happens here. Okay, let's go to main branch. All right. All right. Then we built release with debug info. Boy, this file is big. GameLogic. Oof. Okay. Let's do a pragma optimize off. So what was his observation? Passed in value I can create a child index that is beyond the end of the container. This will cause unexpected behavior, but is caught by the check on the while loop. The child pointer must be smaller than the end of the container. Let's see. Bad sleepy index. Sleepy index. Okay, how about we run it in debug? Projects. RTS. No generals. No tools. Option debug. Configure. Okay, let's build this guy. I'm curious if it will still build huge debug PDBs. Let's see. It's still big. I wonder what happens if we let's close this one and delete it. Which is 30 gigabyte large. Okay, and then we click on configure. Good. So let's build this. And let's see if that still generates outrageously huge files. Okay, that was fast. Good, then let's see how big that is now. Debug. Huh, it's a lot smaller now. 125 megabytes. So there was something wrong with my build setup. Okay, let me open the issue reports. I deleted the solution folder, regenerated, rebuilt, debug, and generals zh.pdb is now 125 megabytes. Okay, then that's wrong. So we go to install. There we go. Properties, debugging. Generals English 0 hour. There we go. Command generals zh.exe -win. There we go. Okay, let's launch that. Okay, now the question is, how do we reproduce this this issue? Oh, the lag is outrageous. Something is wrong now with the performance. Maybe we just let this run here. Well, no bugs here. Perfect game. Perfect game. Okay, let's pick the big map here. So the question is, how do we reproduce this? How to reproduce this issue? How can this issue be reproduced? He didn't use address sanitizer, right? Beyond the end of the container. We do run debug. Okay, so let me put a breakpoint in here. Oh, it's not running. Huh? Why is this? That's not good. Something is not right here. Let's try this again. Okay, now it's definitely written. Right, so we were running an outdated build, I see. Okay. Oof. Ignore. Yes. Oof. 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 Okay, so I think what we need to do is create a branch. Oops, with a different name. Tests. Then we delete this guy here. No longer need that. We also delete this one. Good, then we cherry pick okay, so we cherry pick this one here. Then cherry pick this here as well. I should do, I think. Oh, we did a mistake. Should have picked this one here. There we go. Okay. Good, then let's try this again. There we go. Okay. Oof. Okay, there we go. Assertion failed. Okay. Where that? Oh, it happened straight away. Look at that. Huh? Ah, it happens here. Okay. So the first change I would do here is this plus this. That would be my first change. And then here we do this. Dot 0 and that way. So that would be the first suggestion here. Let's compile that. Good. So let's try this again. I have to say the asserts are quite a bit annoying. I wonder if we can disable these guys. This one. Let me see. Debug break. Debug crash. If dev debug crashing. Let's do if 0. one failed. Oof. Oof. What? Oof. Oof. Why do they do that? Oh man. Oh man. Oh Jesus Christ. Really? Oh my gosh. Looks like we need to fix that first. And static cast. Const. Boah. I think the easiest way to fix this is void res done. This is stupid. Void bone, okay. Why did they do it like this? Void res. Oh, what the hell is this? Jesus Christ. Get next token. Isn't this modifying? Maybe it's not. It's a bit concerning that this function is not a const function, right? Okay, but it means that here we should be able to just pass this there. Maybe the easier solution is to just set this to 0. Debug crashing 0. Still errors. How about let me revert all of these guys again. Except this one. We reset all these and we see what errors if we set this to 0. Yeah. So if something is now still erroring, then that definitely needs fixing. Yeah. Because that means we can't properly disable debug crashing, right? Here, disable debug crashing basically. I should be can do that separate change for that and clean that up. Yeah. Oops. Okay, let's see what errors we get. Huh, none. Okay. Well, all good then, I guess. Good. Okay, let's run this. It still gives a... Man, what is this? Debug logging. What the hell? Why does logging produce asserts? The hell is that bullshit? Oh, that's some proper bullshit. Who's defining this? Debug logging. Zero. Let's disable all these guys here. How about that? Could have also just set this to 0. It's why is this happening? Why is debug crashing still 1? What? Huh? How is that possible? We just set it to 0. How is this possible? I don't get it. It's one of these bullshits again. Why is this hitting? Debug crash. Why is this compiled in? So somehow debug crashing is enabled. Oh, I see the mistake. You would have to remove this here. Okay, let me search for all occurrences. If def oh, so much. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, then how about we just define this one here. I think we need to add some simple CMake options for these guys. Tinkering with these macros when not knowing like what you need to flip there. I mean, like the first instinct would be, okay, I just set it to 0, done. Doesn't work. Oh boy. Still an error. Pah. What is this? Debug set flags. What is it guarded by otherwise? Game memory. It's also failing. Okay, where's this defined? Yeah. Allow debug utils. Oh boy. Can't even properly disable the debug. Ach, more errors. Man, what is this bullshit? What is this? It's a lot. Oh, I just want to disable the goddamn debug. Oh, my gosh. Okay, let's revert these guys. So, pass debug level. Well, this one is bound to a debug level, mass debug levels. If define debug logging. If def debug logging. Okay, what is this bullshit? I don't know what that is. Okay, so this guy is bound to debug crashing. If def debug crashing. Okay, so here we say if def debug crashing. Good. So this guy is gone. If def debug crashing. There we go. There we go. Assert log. Debug logging. Debug logging. If def debug logging. There we go. Oh, what is this bullshit? I don't know what the problem here is. Is it because of the intense debug? Okay, so this one is if def debug crashing. Here as well. Assert crash. If def debug crashing. Man, what is this bullshit here? If def debug CSC, look at that. Okay, let's compile again. We should have gotten rid of some of the errors. Man, how hard can it be to disable some goddamn debug? Jesus Christ. Good, so next errors. Assert crash. Debug crashing. If def debug crashing. Really verbose lock. Debug log, where is this defined? Debug logging. And where is this defined? Here. Okay, I think here we need to say if defined debug crashing and debug logging. Where's this ID used? Debug log. Maybe it's enough to say if defined debug logging. Okay, what's here the problem? Debug log, I see. Okay, so here we require debug logging. If def debug logging, there we go. If def debug logging, probably the same bullshit here. Oh man, I really don't like the way that they put their debugs. It's so messy. Oh, intense debug. Really? Really? Okay, but this seems to be about right. Let's do the same here. If def that. If def that. Actually, I think that's not quite right what we're doing here right now. Let me revert this again. This is not correct. Let me try this again. Let's start at the bottom. Oh man, there's so many. So, I mean, here this is correct. But then down here, I think what we need to do is here if def debug logging and if, there we go. Pi. If def and if def if def that, and if that. There we go. If def and if. If def that and if that. My gosh. I think that's correct now. Oh boy. You got more. Okay, this is also correct. Debug crash. If def debug crashing. Assert log. Debug logging. If def debug logging. What the hell is that? If def and if. Oh man, why is this so shit? My gosh. Include game network, network devs. Include game network, network devs. Maybe that fixes the problem. Let's see. Well, looks like it. Okay, this one is debug logging again, right? If def debug logging. Yeah. Valid. If def and if. There we go. Okay. Oh boy. What is now the problem here? What the hell? CFTP, get next file block. Okay, the file is, the function is here. Why do we have external symbol debug log? Aha, so inside this function it references, what does it reference? Debug log. Debug log. It's not here. Huh? Where's debug log? What is this? It's not found. What the hell? Huh? Huh? There's a debug log here. I don't understand. I don't understand right now what the problem here might be. Let's do a rebuild. Maybe there's another compiler row left, maybe? Yeah, could be, maybe. No. Not yet. No error. I just wanted to test the sleepy updates thingy, and I can't even get the build to run without some debugs enabled here. It's ridiculous. Okay, so that error is persistent. But there's no compile error, it's just a linker error. Unresolved external symbol, debug log. I have no idea why this happens. What function is in here that triggers this? There's debug log in here. Debug log. Do debug log X. This one. Debug log. Extern debug log. Must be this one, right? So if we go to debug.h, does this contain a debug log function? It does here. Okay. So this assert crash here, debug logging, assert crash. Okay, so question is, how can this guy know about debug.h? Well, maybe it does. Okay, can we? Okay, let's say we do here include debug.h. Will this work? No. How do we include debug? Common debug. Common. Will this work? No. What about include debug.h? No. How do we include debug? Include common debug. Okay, so it should, it would need to be able to see this guy, but it's not, because download, we need to open the CMake list. So it probably needs to link to zdebug, right? Let's try that. Man. Okay, that doesn't work. Cannot open include file, common debug. Oof. Oof. Okay, let's go to Debug. Include directory. Oh, it's not debug library. It's what is common debug? Hold on. Common slash debug.h. What is this file? What is this file? It's inside game engine. Oh. 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 Well, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? How do we get access to this guy? How do we access this? Oh boy. Oh boy. So it's not Debug. Tuh. How do we know? I don't know. Game engine include. Can we perhaps let's go to oh boy. Maybe ZI game engine includes. Maybe that would work. Let me see. Includes common debug.h. Maybe this works. Huh? I may project only, rebuild only this one. Okay, it somehow says macro redefinition. Why? Oh. Huh? Huh. Ah, I see, I see. Okay. Okay, and now we would say if def debug crashing, right? Was it debug crashing? Hold on. debug crashing. Yeah. So if debug crashing, then put this guy, and if how about we put this guy up here? Well, hold on. Do we actually need any of this left? Oops. I mean, all this is external, right? So I think what this means is debug log. Yeah. Okay, so maybe what we can do is we can compile, we can remove all this here, maybe. Yeah, maybe that works. Mm-hmm. Cool. Much appreciated. Okay, then we can finally run this bullshit. Thank you very much. Boah, there's still a third. Hey. Didn't we disable that just? I thought I compiled this out. Why is this still happening? Oh, it's outdated. I see. Hold on. Oh, man. That's why. Okay. Let's try this again. Please, please. Please work. Oh, man. Oh, thank God. Oh, Jesus Christ. The next. Okay, it's an hour function here. Okay, that's fair. Good. So what do we have here? Okay, so we actually have the problem here in place. Okay, that's great. I see, I see. Okay, so the child is... Okay, so that's a problem we actually wanted to look at. Fantastic. 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 Good. So, yeah, this index is much larger than this thing. Oof. Huh. So I is 2659, which is almost here at the end. If one. How is it supposed to work then? So I plus 1 So our I is 2659. 2659. Okay, so and there they add 1. And then they shifted. Oh, we have to go to programmer. Ugh. 2660, and then they shifted 1, which doubles this thing. Yeah. And then -1. Hmm. 2659. Two, 6, 5, 9 times 2. I wonder why they write it like this. For efficiency, I guess. Or is it number 2659, 2659? Oh, 2659 shift 1. Why don't they just shift it by 1 and then +1? Why do they do I +1 and then shift and then -1? That's what I don't understand. Why not shift by 1 +1? I mean, the result is the same, but how? Or is there a difference? No, you add 1 here. So essentially it's +2. So the equal to this should be I like this. Why is it not like that? Why is it not written like that? Why is it so weird? Okay, anyway. Yeah, so the child is certainly much larger than that. Yeah. What did they do here? In child. Before we continue looking into this, how about we test the other code path and see if the issue is the same there? Here, this one. Maybe that's a good idea. It probably is because, no, there's a check here. Okay, looks like this one doesn't have the problem. So here it gets the size and then the child. And while the child is lower, then it does that. Okay, so we can see that this one is bugged and this one seems to be not bugged. Otherwise we would also hit problems here, but this one just runs through. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah, so I guess the sleepy update is fine. Yeah, so the first thing I would like to verify, like, why is this written like this? Assert this equals that plus 1, yeah? Let me double check this bullshit. Let's put the child here to avoid compiler optimizations. Ah, no, that can't be. Oh, that could be. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this seems to be fine. So, yeah, I really wonder why they wrote it like that. It's really strange. So let's simplify this. There we go. There we go. Okay. Good. So what's the difference between this guy and this guy? What was the motivation for this? This functions gets the brunt of the work. So this one is hand unrolled. We read about this already last time and I didn't understand it. Yeah. This is worth doing. Okay, so they certainly made this function worse. Like, this seems to work without errors. This works with errors. I'm actually surprised that this doesn't crash. Ah. Okay, let's put this back here. I think we are well advised to properly understand what this does. So there's also this while loop here, while child is smaller than this. Yeah, I think what we can do here is we can also do a 0 here plus child plus this index. And then here as well, plus child. There we go. Okay, what this does now is that this pointer goes like out of bounds, but it's being checked here, right? So this basically, if the child index is larger than sleepy updates, then this just means that the pointer is larger than PS set, and then it fails here, but here as well. So I think that this actually also fixes the problem. And that is a proper fix, I think. Let's see. Yeah, that looks like it. Okay, it also makes sense. Yeah. So basically, the issue is that, like in debug, it asserts or hits a breakpoint because we look into an index that is not supposed to be indexed. But I mean, here what it wants to do, and that's also how it will work in release actually, that it will work with just a pointer. So it just calculates a pointer, and that's fine. Like the pointer is larger than PS set, and if that's the case, then it's just not used because of this condition here. And the same down here. So if this child index goes well beyond the range here, this pointer is just larger than PS set, and then yeah, and then this fails, and then we're done. Yeah. So I think this is that's a fix. Yeah. Okay, cool. Then we got it figured. Okay, so we have two changes: this fix and the debug compilation there for the disabling the debugs to not have the asserts rampant. Yeah. Okay, cool. Then yeah, let's open a pull request for these in the next session. I will take a break now. It has been 1 hour 45. Yeah. All right. I wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.